A very good evening and welcome to the State of Business on our television. This is Madhusha Thavapala Kumar. Let's take a look at the headlines first. 3.5 million tourist arrivals expected by 2019, says Minister Amaratunga. 23rd Sumathi Awards launched in Colombo. Now the stories in detail. The Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority yesterday announced the relaunch of the annual Sri Lanka Tourism Awards, which is scheduled to be held on December 6th this year. The award ceremony will be graced by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and Minister of Tourism Development and Christian Affairs John Amaratunga. This year, the award ceremony will honour 72 best performers in the industry of tourism under 11 categories.
After a period of 6 years, we are restarting the Sri Lanka Tourism Awards 2018. The Minister has been very keen on this because he believes this will add to the quality of service delivery in this country, but also because it's a celebration of everything we've been doing. The Sri Lanka tourism industry is extremely competent and they have achieved a lot of work. This is reflected in the fact that TTG Group recently recognized this as one of the 5 top countries for investment into the country and one of the fastest growing. So in this context, it's even though the industry sometimes doesn't recognize themselves, I believe this is one industry that's doing well for the country and has done a lot of work over the last 25, 30, 40 years, really building up this industry. In reinitiating this, we want to celebrate them, recognize them, and also give them some guidance on where we want to go. Just by the selection of categories, selection of awards, we will be messaging the industry about where the government thinks we should be going. And this will be done in consultation, of course, with the industry. We won't be doing this by ourselves, but it's also a signal.
Meanwhile, speaking at the event, the Minister of Tourism Development and Christian Religious Affairs, John Amaratunga, highlighted the key challenges that the tourism sector is experiencing and stated that the country should further promote and encourage tourism for sustainable economy. Speaking further, Minister Amaratunga noted that by resolving those issues, the tourist arrival into the country can increase up to 3.5 million by 2019.
Off and on we receive complaints from the tourists about certain misgivings and the mishaps that have taken place in some of these hotels. We must get rid of that. If Sri Lanka is trying to look at tourism as a foremost foreign exchange earner and an industry that would give sufficient employment to the younger generation, then we must keep up to the standards. More people will keep coming. This year we are coming in for about 2.5 million tourist arrivals, which is insufficient compared to what we have and what we can offer. Compared to the rest of the Asian countries, we're not satisfied at all with the numbers that are arriving. There are some problems. Arrival at the BIA is one of the major problems. The BIA cannot take on the capacity now. However, lots of other methods have been looked at in order to avoid the undue delays in the airport. That is one of the first impression that is caused of our tourists arriving is our efficiency as to how we tackle the people who come here to get out of the airport as early as possible. So like that, there are several other areas that we have to do. The connectivity is another one, where local flights have to operate in order to take people to destinations they would like, not taking hours and hours to travel by road. So that also our Prime Minister has put his foot, and then now a number of local airports are being opened up for the domestic air travel. So a lot of new avenues are thought of and being put to operations. With all that, I think at least nothing happens. God help, if the climatic conditions remain good and the people remain calm, then of course we can go up to 3 million or 3.5 million next year. These are our expectations.
In recognition of the contributions made by the individuals to the Sri Lankan teledrama industry and television programs, Sumathi Awards 2018 was launched for the 23rd year in Colombo this afternoon. The nominees of the 23rd Sumathi Awards were also announced during this launching ceremony, which was chaired by the chairman of Sumathi Awards, Thilanga Sumathipala. Since its inception and first ceremony in 1995, the prestigious Sumathi Awards recognize outstanding achievements in television industry of Sri Lanka, and through this the show aims to further encourage Sri Lanka's television industry to grow and mature with the passing of time. Sumati Awards is known as the first ceremony to bring all television channels under one roof, while the awards also felicitates those in other sectors connected with television, such as advertisements, magazine programs, sport programs, children's programs, and documentaries. Let's take a look at more news after this short break. Welcome back to the show. Small Enterprises Development Division of the Ministry of National Policies and Economic Affairs has prepared 783 business plans for Thurunudiriya loan scheme from all corners of Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, 1,030 young entrepreneurs eligible to receive this loan have been already identified, and 390 business plans have been handed over to the Bank of Ceylon branches island-wide. The Bank of Ceylon, with the assistance of the Policy Development Office of the Prime Minister's Office and the Central Program Management Unit of the Ministry of National Policies and Economic Affairs, implemented Thurunudiriya loan scheme with the aim of assisting to boost the economy of young Sri Lankan entrepreneurs. This is a special loan scheme designed for potential young entrepreneurs under 35 years of age, possessing a degree or a recognized vocational certificate and being in the business for minimum of 3 years. Up to date, it has attracted a large number of young entrepreneurs around the country due to its unique and attractive benefits, such as granting of loans without a guarantor and collateral or with lenient guarantor conditions. Convening a press conference in Colombo this morning, Government Medical Officers Association expressed their concern with regard to the alleged media reports on the re-importation of glyphosate, which are taking place without the authorization from the Ministry of Health. GMOA also stressed upon the importance of taking measures against such illegal importations of glyphosate.
Media reported that Registrar General of Pesticide is trying to import glyphosate to Sri Lanka again. So certain media reported that Health Minister has protested against this. We would like to ask, without Health Secretary's approval, how can Registrar General of Pesticide import pesticides? According to law, Health Secretary's approval should be taken before importing pesticides to Sri Lanka. So if the Health Ministry is against pesticides, especially this glyphosate, how can his secretary give the approval for that? So we are asking whether the Health Secretary has given the approval for this. If not, we have to take legal action against this unhealthy move.
Let's take a look at how stocks performed after this short break. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The all-share price index dropped 15.82 points to close at 6,113, and the S&P SL20 dropped by 36.42 points to close at 3,265.77. The turnover was 380.4 million rupees and 11.6 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. With that, we are wrapping up State of Business for the day. We'll meet you tomorrow at the same time with more latest news. Until then, take care. Good night.